just playing around looking at different photographs, and I have a lot of them, and I came across this photograph. I did write about it some time ago for the Vermilion Photo Journal, and I like the photograph for a number of reasons, which I'll talk about in a second, but let me try to show you the whole thing here. Start up high and then move it down. Okay, this gentleman here is Clarence Phillips, Clarence Eugene Phillips. He was born in Collins, Ohio in 1910, and he worked for what eventually became the Ohio Edison Company. But at the time, that power company was located in this building. He's standing on at the doorway here. You can see company written up here. I think they called it Ohio Power at that time. This is on Liberty Street, and you may or may not recognize what we're looking at here. Let me move this. Okay, the Ohio Service Company, or Electric Service Company, maybe it was called. Okay, it's on Liberty Avenue. This Isley store here is where the old Prague is today. So is this part where he's standing, but this Isley store did exist there. It was Isley's, then the dairy bar. The Blakely family owned it, and then the Country Kitchen where I worked when I was a kid after that. And finally the old Prague, and the old Prague expanded, moving over to this store where he's standing, which at one time was Tony's Shoe Store. Many of you folks will remember, many of the people who know Vermilion will remember Tony's Shoe Store, Tony Morosky. The building is essentially the same. It's been remodeled quite a bit, but it's the same building. That started out, it was built by Adam Fisher, who lived in a house. See these two trees back here? Well, behind those trees to the left is a big house, and that's the Adam Tritter house. All the Trinners you know in Vermilion, the roots were right there in that house there. Adam Tritter had the house, and he owned it, built and owned this building here, where he kept a I think it could have probably been a beer joint, a little restaurant place. His wife ran it after he died. She remarried, but she ran it for a while. So it's always more or less been, at least the lower floor has been a restaurant. I got this photograph from the Phillips family after both Clarence, and then he married Elizabeth Kropp, Liz. After they died, then I got possession of a lot of photographs, and this happened to be one of them. As I say, he was born in Collins. He played basketball when he was a kid for the Collins basketball team, and I have like pictures and stuff of him doing that. Born in 1910. So was Elizabeth, Liz. Now, Clarence had been married prior to being married to Liz. Clarence was married to a lady named Ruth, and what exactly transpired there, I don't know, and it's none of my business really. But of course, Liz worked for Ohio Edison, and so did Clarence, and ergo, they knew each other and later married. They were rather older when they were married. I have his draft card, for instance, and it was done, well, draft cards around 1940, and he was at that time getting a little too old to, well, if he was born in 1910 and the draft card was 1940, he was 30 in 1940, so, and he worked for the power company, which made him a valuable person not to be in the service. So, and whether he had some physical problems that kept him from being there or not, but his job might have kept him from being in there as well. But boy, do I like this photograph. You can see the 5-cent ice cream cones there. I like to have one of those. And there's, it says a strawberry sundae. Sounds good today. But I just like this photograph, and I thought I'd share it with you folks. Cool, huh?